and what's been going on. Bill Murray is loved in the comedic community, especially here in Chicago. He is what you would call infamous. He can do no wrong. Bill is an icon. And when you have an icon like Bill Murray, you have all of these things here as everyone is assuming that Keke Palmer is the person he had the problem with on the movie that stopped production. And it was weird is I was going to make a video before that even happened about Bill Murray. That was crazy. And then that incident happened and I was like, wow. Now I'm really going to have to say something. But I didn't want to look like I was piling on. So I'm glad it happened before I put my video out. Because we were going to point out an actual fact, because a friend of mine actually mentioned Bill Murray with Ahmad Rashad. It was Bill Murray and Ahmad Rashad. They were sitting side by side. I guess they were talking about Space Jam or something. And they was like, man, look at Bill Murray and look at Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad Rashad is the same age as Bill Murray. You know, Murray look like he's 90. And Ahmad Rashad still like he's in his 50s. And they're both in their 70s. You know, like, this is crazy. So that's how the conversation ended up coming up about Bill Murray. And we ended up going down Bill Murray's career. Yeah, I got to get back to the game. The Heat, I bet on the 76ers because I knew the NBA would do what they're doing just now. Boy, they so predictable. I love it. Now, I just wanted to make sure I state this. Bill Murray has told people already what his problem is in actuality. Bill has a lot of demons in his life that he's been having these behaviors and people just take up for him because he's Bill Murray. And it's been going on for years. People don't even know why they're defending him. They just know it's Bill Murray. He's a fun guy. Everyone in Hollywood likes him. That's not true. Bill Murray hates women. And I will clarify that even more. He hates women in power. He hates women in power. He doesn't think a woman should tell a man what to do. He really has that old school sense of, I know you're the director, but you're kind of the female director. So it doesn't count. Now, the reason why I stated that is because Bill's sense of humor takes the fun out of a lot of things. And I was saying that, and I'm like, in today's Me Too movement, I'm surprised they hadn't grabbed Bill Murray. Because Bill is old school. Bill is not built for the sensitivity of the audience. All of the jokes he tells are off color, at the expense of someone. But if you catch him in a moment where he gets pissed, oh, buddy. Mm-mm. Bill will tear your head off. What about Bob? That funny movie from the 80s. What about Bob? Where he plays this annoying patient that keeps harassing his doctor, his shrink, and just invites himself on the vacation and invites himself into the shrink's life and drives him crazy. So apparently, his erratic behavior on the set, his going off and rants at Keke Palmer is what everybody now, rumored to be Keke Palmer. We don't know yet. As she stated, being a good person goes a long way. Being professional. You know, being talented is one thing, but being a professional is something else. And this is why Bill Murray basically made a statement he made, because for the first time, he's up against it. Now, the time when he did this with Lucy Liu, that was different. And then the What About Bob in the 80s, with Richard Dreyfuss, and him almost came to blows. He was attacking everybody. Everybody was getting it. Frank Oz was getting it. Richard Dreyfuss is fighting with Bill Murray, and Bill Murray, in his mind, he was method acting. He was trying to annoy Richard Dreyfuss on purpose, because that's what the character does in the movie. So the same thing happened with Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. You know, when they say cut, you know, he don't want you to still be the character harassing him and driving him crazy. Tommy Lee Jones was pissed off about that. And Jim Carrey's like, man, what did I do to this guy? You know, like, he was just like, man, you know, trying to be friendly, and he don't want to be friends with him. He's like, I never want to work with that guy again. And that's how Richard Dreyfuss was with Bill Murray. So there was never going to be a sequel to What About Bob? And it was shocking. Everybody loved the movie, even though everybody on the movie was ready to kill each other. Bill Murray made the female director go in her dressing room and cry. Like, the lady, she's no longer here anymore. Her name is like Laura something. I can't remember. I think it started with a Z. Laura Zinfing or something like that. I can't really remember her name, but I remember the incident. And she went in her trailer and cried, as he basically was like, who did you screw to get this job? What producer did you marry that he just said, I'm going to put you in charge? I need somebody who knows what the F to do around here. Is that too hard to ask? Can you get an assistant to do everything for you? But he always had this energy for women. You know, and it's bad, but that was already out there. Hollywood didn't care. So when they made Charlie's Angels and he blew up at Lucy Liu and started calling her everything under, like, it was way over the line. He didn't care. Look, I understand what we're doing here. I understand what Drew. I know what she's doing here. And I've never worked with her before, but I know what she's doing here. I don't understand your role. What are you doing here? Like, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it more diverse, but you can't just go changing scripts for you. And, like, who the F are you? Oh, God. Now, the whole beef was it wasn't Lucy Liu's fault, but he took everything out on Lucy Liu. Her character got more, the script was changed to give her more lines, more talking points, and Bill got pissed because he's like, I don't want nobody effing with the script and what we got going. And now you're adding extra lines of dialogue that's gonna break up the conversation that we've already recorded and already filmed. Now you're adding in more lines and new scenes, and now this is like getting on my nerves. We're making a whole different type of movie here. Now it's like, well, what's going on here? Oh, Bill was over the line. Your representatives in China, did they make some calls? Did they call some people over here? Did you call back to the old land? They called somebody over here. Gosh, what's going on here? I know they feed everybody here, the producers, your relatives. And what are they going to do? Strike and hold back all the food? No wonton soup for us. So, him berating her and making her feel less than nothing, like, I don't even know why you're in this movie. You shouldn't be here. Now, that's what he told her verbatim. Like, the only reason you're in here is because you're Asian. That's it. They need some diversity in the film, and you're in because of that. Other than that, you wouldn't even be here. You will be serving us food at lunch. And at break time, you'll be bringing in the food. That's basically what he was telling her. It was unbelievable. Bill Murray was ruthless. Well, then it goes from that to Bill Murray actually, being Bill Murray in the situation, flips it all around again when it came around to going out to dinner. And it happened to be another woman who was an Asian lady. She was white and half Asian, and they're out and they're having drinks with some friends of his. And he berates this woman and told her walk didn't come through custom. Oh my God, did your walk not come through custom? The lady at the restaurant complained that he was being rude to her boss, and they said, just deal with it. This is a celebrity. He comes in with many people. Because she didn't know who he was. And he was mad that you don't recognize me. I'm Bill Murray. And once she didn't do that, I'm sorry, did they not have televisions back in your homeland? When you came over, did your walk not come with you through customs? Oh, yeah. He was brutal, man. But the people around him, all his buddies, they laughed. They thought Bill Murray was hilarious. But over the years, something changed. Bill wasn't getting any roles. Bill was always like that. Bill was a recluse. He don't like to be around people because he rubs them the wrong way, male, female, what have you. But he's a blast to hang out with. And the movies work. When it's finished and comes out, it's a blast. But the world's changed. Women are in more power in these studios than ever before. And putting up with his behavior was not going to be acceptable. So they began to change his image. So Sofia Coppola decided to take a chance on Bill and put him in Lost in Translation. To get him his first Oscar nomination in a long time, and now he started to do those type of films that was predominantly roles that no one would see Bill Bill Murray taking. And he started taking more of those roles. And everyone's like, okay, well, Bill Murray's turned over a new leaf.
So for you to get there.
Probable and so impossible. I'd just like to really see how long I could last as being really here, really in it, really alive in the moment, And you see people, I like to live to be old, so I think I have a chance. That'd be my only chance. It's like, a golfer wants to shoot his age, I better live to be 100, because that's my only shot, right? So
that's one of my great dreams too, but go ahead.
So I'd like to just be more here all the time, and I'd like to see what I could get done, what I could do if I really didn't cloud myself with automatic, if I were able to not get distracted, to not change channels in my mind and body, So I would just, I'm my own channel, I was just really here and always with you, like you could look at me and go, okay, he's there, there's someone there, and I could. How it is when you look in the mirror, you don't think about it, but you look in the mirror and you go, oh, there's that guy, and you catch yourself like what you were, the same you were when you looked in the mirror, and then you can make a face and kind of toughen yourself up or handsome yourself up or whatever you do. But when you catch yourself in that mirror, you see the state you're in, are you happy? Are you sad? Are you confident? Are you rosy? Are you beleaguered? Are you here? And most of the time you're not. You're just like, oh. It's almost like you want to look away. It's like, that's not me there. That's what I'm doing right now, but that's not necessarily me.
What's necessary for you to get there?
And see, that was his mind state. He wasn't there. He was whatever character they wanted him to be at that time. He didn't see himself. He was lost in character. Shouts out to Uncle Frank coming over, moderating over here. Yeah, I'm going to get back to the game. I didn't want to make it long. I just wanted to give people what was actually happening. He tried that blow up allegedly on Keke Palmer, and it went left because she wasn't going to have it. And a lot of other people who were there wasn't just going to let that slide. And now that this happened here and all of these people who were in charge were diverse people, the production's going to get stopped. But like with Charlie Angels, and I hate that fakeness. Now Drew Barrymore is trying to say her and Cameron Diaz had Lucy Liu's back when everything went down. Why are you speaking up now when Lucy Liu was talking? I ain't hear y'all saying shit. Now y'all want to say something. I mean, this is the Cubs, man. This is Bill Murray. He invites No, Bill Murray invited a fan to the World Series. This is the most beloved man in our city. We loved everything he was in. We saw Ghostbusters, the new one, just for Bill Murray. He invited a total stranger to go to the World Series. That's Bill. That's what he does. But when that dark side of the moon come out, Bill will let you have it. Does that make him a monster? He came out and took responsibility and apologized. He said, I did something that I thought was funny and nobody else thought it was. And that's the way he wanted to go. He's like, I'm working with it, trying to get the picture back going and they could start filming again. But anybody else, they've been fired, canceled, booted out of Hollywood. It's a shame. One of the brightest stars, young black actors that we had, is now basically out of Hollywood. All because of what happened on the set of The Chi. And he's out. Lost his apartment, lost everything. Lost his equipment. They threw all his stuff out. His agency dropped him. Thrown out to the dogs. They cut him from a movie that was bad, Netflix movie. And they built the movie The Chi, the series, about him. He was supposed to be the star of The Chi. Right, everybody got a Bill Murray story. Of being mean, mainly to women. And I swear to God, we was just talking about this. Right before that news broke, and I was like, man, we was just talking about this. I said, I'm surprised that Me Too, and I probably had said it in the live stream before this incident happened. I'm surprised Me Too didn't grab Bill Murray. I don't know. Bill has a problem with women being in charge. He seems to always challenge that fact. But the majority of his conflict that he has is never really with men. It's always seemed to be against other women. Women who are his co-stars that he feels he's the star. And, that's just how it is. And back in his day, that would go. There's too many women in power now. So thanks for stopping by and listening to me while the game on. I gotta get back to the game. Get ready for Luca. I'm out.